You think of any other, since your group has it, any other books or publications or movies that we talked about last week that maybe should be banned? Or maybe led to the very danger that we're talking about here? Or, for that matter, Meredith, was there danger with death of the president?
I don't believe so.
Why not?
Because I think that people who have the spark and the idea and are extremists aren't going to go out by this movie and, you know, then all of a sudden have an idea. It is already there.
Okay, I don't believe you wanted to ban this movie last week, right?
That I what?
You didn't want to ban this movie last week,
No,
right?
I didn't.
Why not?
Because I believe in the Constitution. I preserve the Constitution above all else.
Okay, 5, 4. Anything else you guys want to add? 3, 2, 1. Flavia, I believe I saw your hand next, and I'm coming over. Go ahead. What else do you want to say about death of the president?
The Palin Halloween decoration is similar to it. The fact that they hung up Palin during an election year.
It is, and we're going to come back to that a little bit later on. Go ahead and give them +2 back there in Flavia's group in reference to this. What was the reason? What was the other reason why you would maybe argue that death of a president should not be banned? It lays out a blueprint for what could happen if the American president gets shot, but what would be the argument that you shouldn't ban it?
Well, the First Amendment.
Yeah, the First Amendment, but why?
Because it's freedom of speech.
Okay, it is, but why? Why is it not dangerous?
It's not dangerous
It
to.
doesn't show you how it's done. It just what would happen if it happened.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about here. It's not a step-by-step of how to kill the President of the United States. It's just supposed to be kind of a theoretical thing that says this is what could happen if somebody did. So if it was a step-by-step thing, that might be different. That might be more dangerous. Maybe this isn't as dangerous as we thought. +2 on that. Anything else?
Yeah, there's no freedom of speech when people's lives are at stake. And the book has a quote on it, page 66.
Okay. Go quick. 5.
Free speech does not include the right to spread dangerous or malicious falsehoods. For example, telling police that there are drugs in a certain apartment when there are not.
I'm sorry, that last part again, I have no idea what you just said.
Telling police that there are drugs in a certain apartment when there are not. The freedom of speech does not apply to spreading dangerous or malicious falsehoods.
Okay, dangerous or malicious falsehoods. And what's another word for that maybe from an article we did talk about? 5, 4. Was that 3? Lies. No, 2, 1. Your group's got it next.
Well, you had asked about other examples of things that might have
Yeah, go ahead.
in the past. You talked about the Turner Diaries.
Yeah, I am talking about the Turner Diaries. +2 on this. What was the Turner Diaries?
I think it was written by white supremacists, and he was basically
Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what happened in this?
They were advocating the blowing up federal buildings.
And did anything happen from this?
Yeah.
+2 again.
Yeah, Timothy McVeigh in the Oklahoma City bombing. They
Okay.
found a copy of the book, I think, in the car.
Yeah, they found a copy of the book after he had done what?
After he'd blown the building up.
He had actually blown up one of those FBI buildings in Oklahoma City. Give them +2 more. Word I was looking for, actually, talking about was libel. Yeah, give them +2 in.
There's 2 more examples.
Go ahead.
The reporter who was jailed for not divulging her source also falls into the category of the infringement of the freedom of the press.
Okay.
So that's kind of the same thing as if you ban the death of a president, where else are you going to go with?
Where else are you going to go? And why was the reporter locked up? What did she not do?
She did not divulge her source to the government.
She did not divulge confidential sources, and she actually compromised the security of an undercover agent, or at least that was the argument from her story. Give them +2 more. And what was the other example?
The libel article about the artist suing
What artist?
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears. Yes, go ahead.
Suing the National Enquirer in Belfast, Ireland, because of an article printed about her and Kevin Federline having marital problems.
Give them +2 more. What do you have to prove in order to win at libel in the United States?
That it was true and that it was damaging.
It was true and it was damaging. Actually, that's -2. Go ahead, Meredith's group. I saw Ryan and Meredith's hand.
False and then it's example.
Yeah, it's actually got to be demonstrated that it's false, and it's got to have a malicious intent behind it. And the key is not proving that it was true or not true, but it's the key of proving the malicious intent, because sometimes people make honest mistakes, but if it's not an honest mistake, if it was done maliciously, give them +2, and this is Meredith's group. Anything else you can tell me? What